Okay, I value yung pag-support ko sa family members ko. Kaya lang, if you give to others, family man yan, or friends, then definitely malulubog ka sa utang. Yan yung basic math. If you're overspending or you're overgiving, lalagpas ka sa income mo, and pag lumagpas ka, negative ka na, then it means you're already in debt. Hindi mo yun maiiwasan. Okay? Kasi nga, yun yung isa sa mga important na wealth principles. Hey! This is Kuya Jay, and welcome to the latest episode of Pera and Purpose Podcast, a show about money and meaning. My aim is for you to use money as a tool to live a meaningful life. And yes, welcome ulit sa ating bagong episode. And bago ulit tayo magsimula, i-share nyo muna ninyo ito sa inyong KKK, ang inyong kaibigan, kamag-anak, kapatid, kaaway ko, sinakachismisan, lahat ng kayo nyo. I-share nyo to sa kanila kasi if you've been listening to the podcast for quite some time now, alam ko na bago nito yung mindset about money. Alam ko yan kasi you reach out to me sa social media, and I'm really blessed na meron akong listeners na nag-engage sa aking podcast, and thank you sa inyong support palagi. And also, if you need additional resources, paki-check na lang aking website, yung jadriantolentino.com/resources. Andun yung mga extra tools that can help you for free, okay? And meron din tayong mga paid courses doon, pero you can check muna yung mga free resources to see if it's enough to help you with your money. And mga supplemental tools yan sa podcast natin. Alright? And ito na, simulan natin ang episode today. And have you often felt na parang you're working so hard pero you're still struggling to build wealth? And aligned ka na sa yung core values like what we've discussed sa ating previous episodes. Pero bakit ganun? Parang hindi pa rin nag-move forward ang iyong finances. Diba? And this is a feeling that many people know too well. Kahit ako, I feel stuck sometimes. Kahit sabihin ko na I'm already aligned sa gusto kong gawin sa buhay. Pero hindi yun about hindi yun because they lack the desire or yung work ethic. It is because they lack clarity to set yung kanilang guiding principles for managing their money. And many of us dive into the world of finances nang walang roadmap. Chase natin yung mga trends, yung mga latest news, yung mga mabilisang pagyaman. And instead na mag-focus sa mga time-tested principles that lead to financial stability and growth. Kaya lang, most of the individuals often follow yung mga set of unbreakable rules. Tawag dito is yung mga wealth principles na nagdi-dictate ng kanilang financial decisions kahit na ano mangyari sa buhay nila. So today, mayroon akong i-share sa inyo. And it will help you understand yung mga wealth principles na sinasabi ko, why they matter, and how you can craft your own to build a solid financial foundation. Because if there's something I've learned, ito yon. Without a guiding set of principles, it's easy to lose your way. So, i-explore natin ang mga sinasabi kong mga wealth principles na to that can lead to true financial success and freedom. So, Kuya Jay, ano ba muna ang ano bang sinasabi mong principles na yan? Ano mga prinsipyo mo sa buhay? Di ba? Ano pinagsasabi mo dyan? And how is it different sa values? Kasi napansin ko nga naman na kahit ako, nung bago ko to inaral is na pag i-interchange ko yung values and principles, akala ko iisa lang siya. Well, when we talk about principles, ito yung mga foundational rules that guide our behavior and decision making, whether sa finances man yan or sa other areas ng ating buhay. And I remember I was reading ito favorite book ko na lagi ko sinasabi sa previous episodes, which is itong 7 Habits of Highly Effective People ni Stephen Covey. And ang argument niya doon is that ang values daw are temporary. They're always changing and subjective, unlike principles that are governed by natural law, which are permanent, unchanging, and universal. When you say yung natural law, parang gravity yan. Now, what goes up must come down. And when we talk about yung difference ng values and principles, parang sinasabi niya nga doon na kahit na nagpa-follow ka ng core values mo, Pero if hindi siya aligned sa mga principles or yung mga incidents that are governed by law, then definitely hindi pa rin siya mag-work for you. You will not get to the goal na you are planning to achieve. May quote nga siya dito na values are lenses through which we view the decisions that we make. And principles are the bedrock meaning foundation, upon which we build our actions and our lives. Ang isa niya pa sinabi dun sa 7 Habits is that we control our actions, but the consequences that flow from those actions are controlled by principles. So, wala ka talagang takas. Parang kahit nasabihin mo na ginagawa ko naman yung isang bagay na align sa gusto ko, pero if hindi nga yan in line dun sa natural principles na sinasabi natin or yung wealth principles na sabihin ko later on, hindi natin siya ma-achieve. Hindi natin ma-achieve yung financial freedom that we are trying to attain. So, para magkaroon ka pa ng additional na information or para mas maintindihan mo pa ano ba yung difference ng values and principles, isipin mo na ang values is yung map. Okay? And yung principles naman is yung compass. So ang compass, it guides us sa right direction and help us stay on track. Pero yung values naman, they act as a map showing us where we want to go and what we want to accomplish. So yung compass, palagi ang accurate. Kumbaga kung gusto mong pumunta ng Ras Al Khaimah, so yan yung northern part ng UAE. Okay? And kahit may mapa ka na papunta ron, kahit mali-mali yung mapa mo siguro, pero pwedeng, pag meron kang compass na alam mo na yun yung north part ng lugar na gusto mong puntahan, makakarating ka pa rin doon. Pero ang mga mapa kasi, pwede siyang magbago, pwede siyang mag-update. Pag may nagbago dun sa isang area or dun sa isang lugar. So yun yung kanyang difference. Yung mapa, it's not permanent, okay? Pwedeng magbago yung nilalaman yan. Okay? And oftentimes, it might require yung pag-update mo doon. Pero when it comes to yung principles, kumbaga, constant siya. Alam mo na bago-baguhin mo man yung mapa, nandun pa rin yung lugar na gusto mong puntahan. Andun siya. Kumbaga, consistent siya na permanent na it's always there. Okay? So, yung values actually define what matters most to us. Kunyari, yung family. Samantalang yung principles naman, it guides how we act. Such as, kunyari, yung spending wisely to avoid debt. Pwedeng, for example, binavalue mo nga yung family mo and you want to support them. Kaya lang, yung guiding principle could be to avoid overspending para hindi ka malubog sa utang. So, nagets nyo? Parang, okay, I value yung pag-support ko sa family members ko. Kaya lang, if you over-give to others, family man yan, or friends, then definitely, malulubog ka sa utang. Yan yung basic math. If you're overspending or you're overgiving, lalagpas ka sa income mo, and pag lumagpas ka, negative ka na, then it means you're already in debt. Hindi mo yun maiwasan. Okay? Kasi nga, yun yung isa sa mga important na wealth principles sa buhay. Na if you overspend, you will always go into debt. Ganun lang naman siya. Ganun lang ka-basic ang math. Yan. And bakit ba mahalaga na meron tayong principles? Okay, so sinabi ko kanina that it serves as a compass. So kung wealth principles na pinag-usapan natin, it is your financial compass. Okay? So yung isa sa mga reasons bakit important itong wealth principles is because they create clarity pagdating sa iyong decision making, especially in times of uncertainty. Para pag naipit ka sa isang situation na you might get confused or hindi mo alam yung gagawin mo, pero alam mo na mayroong principles that govern the certain decision na gagawin mo, then hindi ka magkakamali. And then they also help you avoid common financial pitfalls such as overspending or making impulsive investments. Parang yun nangyari sa akin before na nag-invest ako sa mga bagay na hindi ko alam. Okay? And isa sa mga important wealth principles is that whenever you invest on things you don't know, then chances are you will lose your money. Okay? Isa yan sa mga tough lessons in life ni Kuya Jay. And yung third reason bakit mahalaga na meron tayong wealth principles is because they provide us a sense of direction and purpose, reinforcing the habits that build wealth over time. So, yun yung tatlong reasons. And ano ba nangyari, Kuya Jay? Ito yung problema, yung pag merong misalignment sa iyong values and principles. So, kanina nagbigay ako ng examples about yung helping a family member financially na pwedeng mag-hurt sa iyong personal na finances by overgiving and hindi ka makakapag invest for the long term. And then, what if naman, binavalue ko, kunyari yung education for children, pero hindi ko nga inaano yung retirement ko, then definitely, hindi, yung magiging retirement will be not as comfortable as you'd like. Meron naman na mga tao na ayaw ng utang. Okay? They avoid debt at all cost. Kaya lang, hindi naman lahat ng debt is masama. Diba? Yung fear of debt can prevent that person from using debt to build wealth. Lalo na kung magbibili ka ng mga properties to grow your net worth. Kasi yung mortgage naman or a housing loan that is made or that is used para magparent ng property can be considered as good debt. So, pag in-avoid mo talaga siya at all cost, then maiiwasan mo, mahirapan ka mag-build ng wealth. And then, isa rin na pwedeng core value mo is yung overgiving sa charity can definitely hurt your finances as well. Isa pa is living too frugally and avoiding investing. Kasi nga, pwedeng you're scared to take risks. And ang consequences niyan is that yung extreme frugality without investing misses opportunities for financial growth. Ang isa pa is if you value yung craft, let's say you're only focused dun sa career mo and never really enhanced other important skills in your life, then by doing that, there's a chance na yung skill mo, the moment na maging irrelevant na siya, lalo lang sa panahon ng AI, then wala kang fallback, wala kang mapupuntahan kasi nga you only have one source of income. And we all know these days na when it comes to wealth building, hindi enough na isa lang ating source of income. Okay? It's also one of the principles when building wealth. So, ano ba yung mga common wealth principles that I'm saying? So, isa na dito is yung tinatawag na paying yourself first. Okay? When you say you pay yourself first, you save a portion of your income the moment that you get your salary or profits man yan from your business. Kasi we know for a fact na if you save something for today, then you are going to expect something in the future. Kaya paying yourself first is one of the most important and basic pero useful wealth principles over the longest time. Next is to live below your means. When you say living below your means, hindi mo sinasabi na you compromise yung safety mo, yung kino-compromise mo yung well-being mo. It just means na you don't overspend on your income. So, like what I said kanina, if you overgive, you inflate your lifestyle, then it can lead to debt. Kaya make sure na you never go beyond your means when it comes to spending. Kasi it's part of the wealth principles that I've been telling you. Next is to invest wisely. Like what I said kanina, anything na hindi mo naintindihan is something na can lead to financial losses. Next is to minimize debt. Hindi ko sinabi dito na avoid debt at all cost. Minimize lang. Kasi nga, if totally wala kang debt, then you're not maximizing yung tinatawag na pagle-leverage when it comes to growing your wealth. And very common ito pagdating sa real estate investing and business. Okay? So you still need debt if you're expanding a business, pero definitely not if you're starting a business. Kasi doon naman papasok yung check ng inyong risks, which is also one of the important wealth principles. Yun naman ay nasa aking personal wealth principles na i-share ko mamaya, okay? And then another important na wealth principle is to build an emergency fund or preparing for your risk or managing your risks. Kasi nga, alam naman natin na emergencies do happen, and if wala kang nakatabing pera, then ano nga uli mangyayari pagka wala kang cash and everything is talagang saktuhan lang? So, pag may emergency, then most likely you will spend on it and mag-over ka dun sa iyong income. And pag nag-over ka sa iyong income, you will lead into debt. So, yon ang ilan sa mga common na mga wealth principles. And some additional resources that I can recommend pagdating sa mga sa pag-adapt na mga wealth principles na ito is by reading yung books tulad ng Psychology of Money, wherein ang pinaka-core idea or principle ng book na yon is that yung money is more behavioral. Okay? Hindi siya about how smart you are. It's about how you behave. Yun yung mas nagmamatter pagdating sa pagbibuild ng wealth. Okay? Hindi yung alam mo, but it's how you behave. Second is yung another book din ni Morgan Housel, which is yung sumulat nga pala nung Psychology of Money, is yung same as ever. Ang principle na sinasabi dito sa book na to is that as much as the world changes, there is just as much that remains unchanged. So, yung greed, yung fear, yung pagpapanik, okay? Those are always certain pagdating sa mga investors, hindi lang for people but also for the entire world, na ito yung common na palaging nangyayari. You may not predict the future, pero you can always check yung history. And you'll know yung mga tendencies on how we behave as humans when it comes to our finances. Yun yung parang lesson dun sa same as ever na book na yan. And then another book na maganda rin sa pag-build ng iyong wealth principles is yung Secrets of the Millionaire Mind ni T. Harv Eker. So binabangkit ko ito madalas, no? Kasi nga talagang nakatulong sa akin itong book na to when I was starting sa aking journey sa personal finance and financial literacy. So ang isa sa mga nagugustuhan ko doon na talagang tumatak sa akin is if you want to change the visible, yung nasa labas, you have to change the invisible. Ibig sabihin lang niya doon is you have to change your mindset. Yung belief mo, yung thoughts mo, para magbago yung outside world mo. If you want to change the visible, you have to change the invisible. If you want to change the fruits, you have to change the roots. Yun siya. Ganun yung kanyang quote. And isa rin sa important books na nabasa ko in the past is itong ang Richest Man in Babylon. Na lagi ko parang sinishare, no? Dahil nandyan yung ilan sa mga shinare ko kanina, from paying yourself first to understanding yung inyong mga investments. Okay. So, paano mo ma-identify ngayon, Kuya Jay? Ano ba yung mga wealth principles na para sa'yo na alam mong aligned kung sino ka? So, simple lang, di ba? Balikan yung last episode natin kung paano mo i-uncover yung iyong personal core values. Maganda assessment ni Shalom Schwartz about the 10 universal values of us human beings. And once na nakuha mo yung assessment na yun, magkakaroon ka ng list, yung mga top 10 mo. So, once na nagawa mo na yun, ilista mo siya. Let's say, gagawin ko example yung sa akin. Yung top 3 ko is achievement, self-direction, and benevolence. Yan yung top 3 na core values ko. So, ang example niyan, kunyari sa achievement is, of course, ini-strive ko palagi na higitan yung life ko, yung buhay ko from yesterday. So, I always try to better myself. Yun yung aking pinaka core value. Kumbaga, isa yun sa important sa akin. I always aim for growth and also growing yung business ko. So, pagdating sa principles naman, gagawin ko siya na something na actionable. Okay? From that core value, I need to turn it into something na actionable for me para alam ko yung gagawin ko in the future. So, principles ko dito is to study my investments, to keep my fees low Okay? Pagdating sa investing or sa business, kasi of course, pag mababa yung overhead mo, malaki yung margins na pwede mong makuha, right? So yun yung mga guiding principles ko sa business. And then, manage your risks first. Kasi again, lagi sabihin na yung mga potential gains, kaya mo i-calculate yan, pero yung mga risks mo, never mo talagang malalaman kung kailan mangyayari. Kaya, if you want to achieve something, i-cover mo muna yung risks mo. Okay? Kasi kailangan may enough na pera ka as your runway or yung cash mo if you're probably going for a business. Kasi otherwise, pag kinapos ka, then most definitely, mag-fail ka dun sa gusto mong gawin. And then when we talk about failing, okay, you have to learn from your failures para you use those failures as building blocks para mas ma-achieve ko pa yung mas next level ng aking buhay. And then other principles that I really put here is yung health is wealth. Alam ko pa nga basic na quote ito pero they guide me para ma-reach ko yung achievement na I truly value. And then another is yung your net worth is your net worth. Kasi I believe na yung growth ko financially is because of the people who are surrounding me. It's not because of me. It's because of others. So if I value yung relationship namin, I need to become more relational and not transactional. Kasi nga, di ba, alam naman natin yan na you are the average of the 5 people you spend your time with. So if you know na ang friends mo are business owners, are investors, or people who are wise with money, then kung ano yung habits nila, makuha mo rin yun. And that is a wealth principle that has worked for me for the last 8 to 9 years na since nagpunta ako sa Dubai. And then lastly, to help me stay intact or aligned dun sa aking value of achievement is to never rush any financial decision. So I've learned this the hard way and isa yun sa mga guiding principles ko pagdating sa mga important decisions na gagawin ko whether financially or other parts of my life. So yung second na value like what I said kanina sa akin is yung self-direction. So nandito na yung pagpupursu ng higher education or pag-focus sa personal growth or personal development. So mga principles ko that guide me para aligned ako sa value na yon is yung to become a lifelong learner, always be coachable, and keep things simple. Kumbaga, if meron akong gustong malaman, I want to simplify it. If there's a process, I want to simplify it para yung actions ko hindi punong-puno ng friction. If I need to create systems, I need to build processes para magawa ko yung mga bagay na kailangan kong gawin, I'll do that. Kasi nga, yun yung magpapadali ng aking mga gustong gawin sa buhay. Alright? So, yun yung principles na yun. And then yung last is yung benevolence. When you say benevolence, ito yung pagdodonate sa charity, pagtulong sa kaibigan, sa pamilya mo, and even yung pag-volunteer sa mga community projects. So, for me, ang guiding principles ko to keep me aligned sa aking core value na ito is yung quote ko, yung lagi sinasabi ito, na knowledge is meant to be shared with others. Kaya nga consistent ako sa siguro hindi na ako kasing consistent nung bago yung podcast na to, pero meron pa rin tayong mga episodes kahit may mga times na talagang ayaw ko nang gumawa ng content. Kasi nga, part of my principles is that yung knowledge is meant to be shared. Okay? And also, aligned pa rin siya dun sa pag-build ko ng network kasi nga, nasi-share ko to sa iba and it helps me in helping others. So, nakaka-build siya ng relationship kasi nga, it also builds trust. And then, another principle is yung lagi sinasabi sa opening ng podcast, money is a tool to live a meaningful life. So, kung paano mo gagamitin yung pera mo, it has to be meaningful, intentional, purposeful, so that mas magiging, ma-maximize mo kumbaga yung utility ng money. Okay, yan yung ilan sa mga aking principles. Okay, so ikaw, meron ka rin yan, pero of course, ang start pa rin yan is to get clear with your values. Kasi aligned silang dalawa eh. Meron talaga silang pagkakahalintulad. And it's important na mag-start ka muna sa pagiging clear with your values. Pero it doesn't have to end with the values kasi kailangan mo pa rin nga ng principles para mag-execute along that guardrails or safeguards, kung yun yung kailangan tawag, or rules na hindi natin kayang baliin. And then, pag ina-apply mo na ang iyong principle sa daily life mo, kailangan mo lang tong i-align sa pag-budget, sa pag-automate ng savings, and yung iyong mga regular na financial reviews. And of course, mas madali na i-lessen mo yung friction. Kaya nga, very important yung automated transfers, pagkakaroon ng community for accountability partners, yung mga ganyan. And also have this regular conversation with the people that are close to you. Parang, iniisip nga ako lately, if magandang gumawa ng mga accountability groups. So, inisip ko pa lang siya, no, if it's something na you are interested. And hindi yun free kasi nga it will cost time for me, and for others na rin. So, yun lang naisip ko. Importance ng pagkaroon ng accountability groups. So, naintindihan mo na yung importance ng principles. Naintindihan mo na ano yung difference niya with values, and paano ka mag-craft ng sarili mong wealth principles. Now, hindi naman tayo robot and we also encounter challenges. So, hindi siya ganun kadali if you are starting out. So, ano ba yung usual na mga challenges muna, no? So, nandiyan na yung lifestyle inflation, peer pressure, okay? And yung emotional spending na palaging nadidiscuss din sa ating podcast. Kasi kung meron kang gustong i-adapt na wealth principles na bago sa'yo, mahirapan ka kapag hindi mo pa siya nagawa before. Kaya nga, more on, related din ito sa pag-build ng healthy financial habits. And other strategies to keep you on track is, of course, to build a financial support network na makakausap mo or mag-guide sa'yo pag nahihirapan ka na. Or by having a coach as well. And also, magkaroon ka ng mga apps na magpapadali sa pag-monitor ng spending. And another thing that can help you is to practice yung mindfulness. Para alam mo talaga kung ito bang pag-spend mo ng pera is in alignment sa values mo and sa yung principles. Palaging important itong bagay na ito. And lastly is yung importance sa pagkakaroon ng flexibility. So, mahalaga na consistent ka sa iyong principles, pero you also have to learn how to adapt pagdating sa mga major life challenges or life changes, ika nga. So, like dati, siguro meron ng mga principles na nag-work when I was younger, pero as I learned through experience, na kailangan ko pala mag-adapt ng mga bagong principles if I want to achieve a certain goal. So, kailangan pa rin na flexible siya and aligned and relatable siya sa inyo. Okay, ngayon sabi mo ko, Jay, wala talaga akong maisip. Hindi ko talaga kayang sablay talaga yung mga principles ko eh. Hindi ko alam paano, kahit sabi mo na alam ko yung values ko pero nahirapan pa rin ako. So paano ba? Anong mangyayari? Anong pwede ko pang gawin? So siguro the last thing that you can do is to get inspiration from others. Yung mga tao na naging successful financially tulad nila Warren Buffett na nagfo-focus sa value investing and yung patience to build long-term wealth. Yan yung mga dahil matututunan na principles kay Warren Buffett alone na talagang alam natin na naging successful sa mundo ng investing. Next is si Jack Bogle. Si Jack Bogle yung founder ng Vanguard, yung isa sa unang companies na nagpauso ng index investing. So, siya rin yung isa sa mga reason kung bakit merong low-cost index funds right now na ang kanyang principles is to keep your expenses low pagdating sa investing para ma-maximize mo yung returns through diversified and low-cost funds na gagawin mo for long term. Meron din si Dave Ramsey na kilala sa pagsisimplify ng kanyang baby steps. Magaling siya sa eliminate ng debt. So, if you read more about Dave Ramsey's work, talaga marami siyang natulungan sa US pagdating sa debt elimination. Pero pagdating sa investment, hindi siya magandang example. Yeah. Hindi siya aligned sa mga principles ni Kuya Jay pagdating sa investing. Pero magaling siya sa pagdating sa debt. And then, sino pa bang mga pwede nyong i-follow? Meron akong kilala. Si Kuya Jay. So, ang sa akin lang naman is palagi sinasabi, di ba, na you have to be intentional with your money. So, yan yung pinaka-core message ng ginagawa ko for a very long time now. And sana na-adapt nyo na rin siya kung palagi kayo nakikinig ng podcast. Alright. So, ang dami na naman dinaldal ni Kuya Jay. So, hindi ko na alam kung paano kung sisimula. So, i-recap ko muna to. Ano yung napag-usapan natin today. So, tinakil natin ang importance of having principle. And again, principles are foundational rules that guide your financial behavior and decision making. Okay? And magkaiba siya sa values, wherein ang values is changing madalas and it is subjective. Kumbaga, hindi siya constant tulad ng principles. Isipin mo nga uli yung map and yung compass na analogy natin kanina. And then, diniscuss din natin kung bakit mahalaga ang pagkakaroon ng mga wealth principles and ano yung pwede mangyari if your values don't align with them. And then I've also shared with you mga most common na wealth principles that you can apply or you can adapt. And also shared some books na rin na maraming mga lessons when it comes to building your own wealth principle. And then I also shared with you paano ko kinraft yung aking mga wealth principles that is working for me and paano mo rin siya magagawa for you. And minensyon ko rin yung mga challenges pagdating sa pag-stick or sa pag-execute ng inyong mga wealth principles. And lastly is share ko rin sa inyo yung importance or share ko rin na you can get inspiration from others. And ang bottom line lang talaga nitong pinaka-episode natin today is that wealth principles are the cornerstone of a financially secure life. They not only guide your financial behavior, but also nurture habits that build long-term wealth and personal fulfillment. So ang relevant Bible verse natin for this episode is isa sa pinaka-helpful na Bible verse about money. And oftentimes nami-misquote. Ito yung 1 Timothy verse 6:10, which is, "For the love of money is a root of all kinds of evil. Some people eager for money have wandered from the faith and pierced themselves with many griefs." So, ang sinasabi dito is that hindi masama ang pera, pero yung love for it, okay, yung love for money or love of money, yun ang roots of all evil, not money itself. And in-encourage na itong verse na to, yung balance attitude pagdating sa pera and hindi siya dapat na maging obsession. Okay? Again, principles sa pinag-usapan natin today. And if you would make money as your master, then hindi siya mag-lead into a happy life. Diba? And hindi siya yung end goal natin. Hindi money ang end goal. Okay? But money is important, but it is not the end goal. And that wraps our episode for today. But before I let you go, I hope you can listen to the episodes of Parent Papers Podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and other podcast streaming platforms. And if you'd like to have a coaching session with Kuya Jay, message na ako sa akin LinkedIn, Facebook page, email, Instagram, or kung saan niyo pa ako makikita online. And I was referring kanina dun sa parang naisip ko na accountability group. So, if you are interested, siguro 10 would be okay na. Madaling i-manage siguro yung 10 na people. And ang purpose ng accountability group na yun is for us to have regular check-ins pagdating sa ating mga financial goals to see if we are executing and if align pa ba tayo dun sa mga gusto natin mangyari sa buhay. Muli, ito si KJ telling you to prosper with a purpose. See you sa next episode. Bye-bye!